Deontology is the ethical theory that emphasizes duty and moral obligation over consequences. Unlike consequentialist theories, which judge actions by their outcomes, deontology asserts that the morality of an action depends on whether it adheres to a set of universal principles. Immanuel Kant is the central figure in this school of thought. Kant argued that an action is morally good only if it is performed out of a sense of duty, not because of personal gain or expected results. This approach provides a stable moral framework, ensuring that ethical decisions are not swayed by changing circumstances or subjective feelings. In criminal justice, this means that professionals must act according to established laws and principles, even when doing so may seem inconvenient or less effective in achieving immediate goals. Kantian ethics prioritizes integrity and consistency, making it a cornerstone for ethical decision-making in law enforcement, judicial processes, and corrections. Kant distinguished between two types of imperatives, hypothetical and categorical. Hypothetical imperatives are conditional commands, such as, if you want to be trusted, you should tell the truth. These depend on personal desires or goals. In contrast, categorical imperatives are absolute and unconditional, applying universally regardless of individual preferences. For example, you must tell. The truth is a categorical imperative because it is a moral law that binds everyone at all times. Kant argued that morality consists solely of categorical imperatives, which are derived from reason and apply universally. This distinction is crucial in professional ethics because it underscores that moral duties are not negotiable based on convenience or outcomes. In criminal justice, adhering to categorical imperatives ensures fairness and impartiality, reinforcing public trust in the system. The first formulation of Kant's categorical imperative is the principle of universality. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can, at the same time will, that it should become a universal law. This means that before taking any action, one should ask whether it would be acceptable for everyone to act in the same way. If universalizing the action would lead to contradictions or societal breakdown, the action is morally impermissible. For example, if everyone lied, trust and communication would collapse, making promises meaningless. This principle provides a logical test for ethical behavior, removing personal bias and focusing on fairness. In criminal justice, universality ensures that laws and enforcement practices are applied consistently, preventing favoritism and corruption. Kant's second formulation emphasizes treating humanity as an end in itself, never merely as a means to an end. This principle recognizes the intrinsic worth of every individual as a rational agent capable of moral decision-making. Using someone solely for personal or institutional gain violates their autonomy and dignity. In criminal justice, this means that suspects, defendants, and inmates must be treated with respect, regardless of their offenses. Practices such as framing an innocent person to achieve a perceived greater good, or subjecting prisoners to degrading conditions, are fundamentally unethical under Kantian ethics. This principle serves as a safeguard against utilitarian shortcuts that compromise individual rights for collective benefits. The third formulation of Kant's categorical imperative envisions a kingdom of ends, a moral community where every individual acts as both legislator and subject of universal laws. In this ideal society, people follow moral rules not out of fear or coercion, but because they rationally recognize their necessity for mutual respect and coexistence. This concept reinforces autonomy and moral sovereignty, emphasizing that ethical behavior stems from rational choice rather than external enforcement. For criminal justice professionals, this means upholding laws and ethical standards voluntarily, guided by reason, and a commitment to justice rather than expediency or pressure. One of the main criticisms of Kantian ethics is its rigidity in the face of conflicting duties. For example, the duty to tell the truth may clash with the duty to protect life. as in the classic scenario where lying could save someone from harm. Kant maintained that lying is always wrong, even in such cases which many find counterintuitive. Later philosophers such as W.D. Ross introduced the concept of prima facie duties, rules that generally apply but can be overridden by more pressing obligations in exceptional circumstances. This debate highlights the tension between absolute moral principles and practical realities, especially in criminal justice, where professionals often face complex situations requiring nuanced judgment. Kantian ethics has significant implications for criminal justice. For police officers, it means resisting the temptation of noble cause corruption, breaking rules to achieve a perceived good outcome. For judges, it requires applying the law consistently without favoritism or bias. For correctional officers, it mandates treating inmates with dignity and ensuring that punishment is proportional and humane. By prioritizing duty over consequences, Kantian ethics provides a strong defense against arbitrary decision-making and reinforces the integrity of the justice system. It ensures that ethical standards remain constant, even under pressure to deliver quick results. Kantian ethics offers a principled approach to morality, emphasizing duty, universality, and respect for persons. It provides a stable framework for ethical decision-making, particularly in fields like criminal justice, where public trust and fairness are paramount. While its rigidity can pose challenges in complex scenarios, its commitment to human dignity and rule-based consistency makes it an essential counterbalance to consequentialist theories. Professionals guided by Kantian ethics act not out of convenience or fear, but from a rational commitment to justice, ensuring that their actions uphold the integrity of the system and the rights of individuals.